Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Tuesday, 1st of October 2024. This day is celebrated as International Day of the Older Persons. The United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution on 14th of December 1990 and designated 1st October as the International Day of Older Persons. From the history point of view, on 1st of October 1953, Telugu-speaking areas were separated from the composite Madras Presidency and a new Andhra state was formed. The Telangana portion was added to the Andhra and on November 1st, 1956 by State Recognition Act 1956 it became a full-fledged state, Andhra Pradesh. So starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, the Hindu states that Israel begins ground offensive against Hezbollah in southern Lebanon. Israeli tanks and APCs gather by the Israeli-Lebanese border on the September 30, 2024 ahead of the planned ground offensive. The last time Israel and Hezbollah engaged in a ground combat was a month-long war in 2006. Israeli ground forces crossed into the southern Lebanon early Tuesday, so October 1st, 2024, marking a significant escalation of an offensive against the Hezbollah militants and opening a new threat in a year-long war against its Iranian-backed adversaries. The incursion follows a week of heavy blows by Israel against Hezbollah, including an Israel strike that killed its longtime leader Hassan Nasrallah, and seeks to step up the pressure on the crowd, which began firing rockets into the northern Israel after the start of the war in Gaza. The last time Israel and Hezbollah engaged in ground combat was a month-long war in 2006. The edge of war on the West Asia situation. Ahead of the Israeli announcement, United States officials said Israel had launched the small ground raids inside Lebanon, and Israel declared 3 small border communities to be closed military zone, restricting access only to army personnel. Now, going to the escalating tensions, there were no reports of direct clashes between Israeli troops and Hezbollah militants. But throughout the evening, the Israeli artillery units pounded targets in the southern Lebanon, and the sounds of the strike were heard throughout the Beirut. International concerns. Some European countries began pulling their diplomats and citizens out of the Lebanon. On Monday, Germany sent a military plane to evacuate diplomats, relatives, and others. Bulgaria sent a government jet to get the first group of its citizens out. The stepped-up action against the Hezbollah also could raise the risk of the border region wide war as Israel confronts a series of poised backed by the Argentine Iran. Israel this week carried out an airstrike in Yemen against the Houthi military. In a response to a series of missile strikes, Netanyahu has also threatened Iran, warning the Tehran government that Israel is capable of striking anywhere in the Middle East. France, which has a close ties to Lebanon, has joined the United States in calling for ceasefire. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot, visiting Beirut Monday, urged Israel to refrain from the ground offensive. Mr. Barrot also called the Hezbollah to stop firing on Israel, saying the group bears heavy responsibility in the current situation, given its tries to enter the conflict. March by men and women from the Ladakh stopped at Dali border. Climate activist Sonam Wangchuk during his foot march from Ladakh to Delhi. They have been demanding constitutional safeguards for the region. Several men and women from Ladakh who were marching to Delhi to demand constitutional safeguards for the region were stopped and detained by the police on Delhi-Haryana border late on Monday. Prominent climate activist Sonam Wangchuk, who was leading the Padayatra, was detained by police as the 150-strong contingent from Ladakh reached Singhu border in North Delhi. The Delhi Chalo Padayatra started from left on September 1st and was scheduled to reach Delhi on Monday evening. The march led by the Mr. Wangchuk was culminated at Rajghat on October 2nd. The march by Leh Apex Body LAB and Kargil Democratic Alliance KDA, two influential civil society groups in Ladakh, has been organized to demand statehood inclusion of Ladakh. Under the sixth schedule of the Constitution, protection of tribal areas, jobs reservation for locals, and 2 Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha seats for the region. Special status of Jammu and Kashmir under the Article 370 of the Constitution was revoked by the Parliament on August 5, 2019, and the former state was split into 2 union territories, Jammu and Ladakh. Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, the latter without an assembly. The population of the Ladakh is 2.74 lakh according to the 2011 census. Mr. Wangchuk posted on X that he has been detained by the police along with the 150 Padyatras by a police force of hundreds, some say 1,000. He stated that the group included elderly men and women in their 80s and dozen army veterans. Our fate is unknown. We were on the most peaceful march to Bapu's Samadhi. In the largest democracy in the world, the mother of the democracy, Iran posted on X. Israel begins targeted ground raids on Hezbollah in the Lebanon amid ceasefire call with 10 updates. Summarized from an Israeli airstrike that hit the southern suburb of Beirut, Lebanon on Tuesday. That is today. Israel ground invasion in Lebanon. Israel announced on Monday night local time that it had begun targeted ground raids in the southern Lebanon as further incursion in the country seemed imminent despite international appeals for restraint. Israel Defense Force (IDF) said in their statement posted on X the raids were carried out based on precise intelligence against Hezbollah terrorist targets and infrastructure in southern Lebanon. Pentagon chief says United States and Israel agree on dismantling attack infrastructure on the Lebanon border. United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin for support Israel Defense Minister Yoav Gallant for dismantling attack infrastructure along the border with the Lebanon. Austin also issued a warning to Iran of the serious consequences should it directly attack Israel in response, he said on the social media platform X. The raid is likely to further expand the campaign against the Iran-backed group following Israel's killing of this leader Hassan Nasrallah on Friday. It comes even as the United States, the European Union, and the Arab powers called for a ceasefire. Israel has shifted its focus on Lebanon, with its war against Hamas in the Gaza Strip at a standstill. The IDF is operating according to its methodological plan as set out by the General Staff and the Northern Command, which IDF soldiers have trained and prepared for in recent months. The Israeli Air Force and Israel Defense Force artillery are supporting the ground forces with the precise strikes on military targets in the area, the IDF statement further said. Prime Minister Times also Kolkata rape sees Bengal junior doctors resume total ceasefire demanding safety security. Junior doctors take out the torch rally as they stage a protest against the alleged sexual assault and murder of a postgraduate trainee doctor of the Arjiker Hospital in Kolkata on Sunday. Kolkata doctor rape murder case. Junior doctors in West Bengal on Tuesday resumed the total ceasefire to press the Mamata Banerjee government on various demands, including ensuring their safety and security at all medical establishments, news agency PTI reported. The decision was taken after an 8-hour-long meeting of the junior doctors. They have placed a set of 10 demands related to the strengthening hospital and security, improving health infrastructure, and putting an end to the threat culture and politics in hospitals. We are compelled to return to full cease work starting from today, unless we receive a clear action from the government on safety, patient services, and policies and politics affairs, or we will have no choice but to continue our full strike, the West Bengal Junior Doctors Friend said in a statement. The doctors had on September 21st rejoined their duties partially at government hospitals after a 42nd protest. There was cease work agitation to the protest against the rape murder of an on-duty woman doctor at Arjiker Medical College and Hospital in Kolkata on August 9. Once again from the Hindu newspaper, Israel-Hezbollah war. Israel begins ground offensive in southern Lebanon. Live updates. 1st October, journalists and local residents watch from the rooftop as Israeli airstrikes hit the city's southern suburbs on October 1st, 2024 in the Beirut, Lebanon. The Israeli Defense Forces had earlier ordered residents of several areas in the Beirut southern suburbs to evacuate ahead of the political strikes. Meanwhile, as the United States officials said, Israel had confirmed it would launch a limited ground incursions into the Lebanon near the Israeli border. The Israeli military described the operation as consisting of restricted area, specific and precise ground incursions targeting Hezbollah position in the southern Lebanon. Israel forces on Tuesday, October 1st, 2024, launched a ground incursion into the southern Lebanon, significantly intensifying their campaign against the Hezbollah and expanding the conflict with the Iranian illegal groups. Aligned groups. This move comes after a series of the devastating strikes by Israel and Hezbollah, including one that reportedly claimed the life of their long-standing commander Hassan Nasrallah. Once again, Israel-Hezbollah conflict. All you need to know about the escalating cross-border tension. The operation aims to increase the pressure on Hezbollah, which had been launching rockets into the northern Israel since the outbreak of hostilities in Gaza. This marks the first instance of the ground combat Israel and Hezbollah since their month-long engagement in 2006. Hezbollah, important pillar of the security in West Asia. Iran envoy at condolence meet for Hassan Nasrallah. Mourners attend a rally commemorating slain Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. They say the death of the Nasrallah will not impact the military campaign against Israel and that Hezbollah will continue. Once again, they said the death of Nasrallah will not impact the military campaign against Israel and that Hezbollah's fight will continue. Hezbollah is an important pillar of security in West Asia, said the Iranian envoy to India here on Monday, speaking at a condolence meeting in memory of slain Hezbollah General Secretary Hassan Nasrallah. The ambassador of Iran and Palestine said that Hezbollah will recover from the setback of losing its top leaders in Israeli attacks. Hezbollah is a legitimate political party in Lebanon. There is saying in Lebanon that the army nation and the resistance are from the Golden Triangle of Lebanon. Nowadays, the military wing of Hezbollah is defending the territory of the Lebanon along with the Lebanese army against the Israel, as said Iranian ambassador Iraj Elahi. The condolence meeting was organized by Maulana Sayyid Kalbi Jawad Naqvi, chief patron of Anjuman Haidari, the largest Shia organization of India. Dr. Elahi further said that Hezbollah has been fighting extremism and terrorism and has defeated Islamic State in Syria and added Hezbollah is an important pillar of security in the region. It fought terrorism of Daesh IS and sacrificed to defend the region. The Iranian envoy said that the death of the Nasrallah will not impact the military campaign against Israel and that Hezbollah's fight will continue. Palestinian ambassador Adnan Abu al-Hayji also reiterated that Hezbollah will revive itself. Mr. Naqvi has said Hezbollah has been fighting a war just that it shows Hezbollah has never hurt any innocent person. Hezbollah is fighting for freedom of Palestine. If Hezbollah is a terrorist organization, then what would you say about the Sheikh Mujibur Rahman of Bangladesh? Subhash Chandra Bose, Nehruji and Gandhiji, asserted the senior clerk, saying Hassan Nasrallah walked on the path of the Imam Hussein as he sacrificed himself while fighting for the oppressed Palestinians. Referring to the Pegger attacks in the Lebanon, she said Israel is not into direct combat and added, Israel will be wiped from the map of the world. The congregation recited Surah Al-Fatiha for the late Nasrallah and his comrades who perished in the Israeli bombing on 27th of September in Lebanese capital, Beirut. According to the economy of the country from the business point of view, current account deficit widens to $9.7 billion in April and to June month of Kuwait. Reserve Bank of India says the current account deficit is the difference between the exports and imports of goods and services. It is a key indicator of the country's external sector. The country's current account widened marginally to $9.7 billion or 1.1% of the gross domestic product GDP in the April to June month of 2024. Kuwait led by rise in the merchandise trade deficit. The Reserve Bank of India data showed. The data showed that in the financial account, a net foreign direct investment inflows increased to $6.3 billion in the April-June 2024 Kuwait from $4.7 billion a year ago. The Reserve Bank of India finds irregular practices in the grant of gold loans, asks lenders to review politics. The RBI, Reserve Bank of India, on Monday asked the gold loan financiers to review policies, processes, and practices while offering site loans. Central bank's direction came after it found major deficiencies in the loans offered by the supervised entities SEs against the pledge of the gold ornaments and jewelry. All SEs are advised to comprehensively review their policies. Survey manufacturing industry's job growth at 12-year high in the financial year 2023. This is the highest rate of the increase in employment in the manufacturing industry in the last 12 years. According to the survey, the total number of factories increased from 2.49 lakh in the 2021-22 to 2.53 lakh in the 2022-23, which was the first year marking the full recovery phase after the COVID-19 pandemic. The annual survey of industries ASI for the 2022-23 released by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation Monday showed that the total number of the employees in manufacturing industries increased by 7.5% to 1.84 crore in the 2022-2023 from the 1.72 crore in 2021-2022. Going towards the world news, including Israel Hezbollah war live updates. Once again, Israel begins limited targeted crowd raiders in the Lebanon against Hezbollah. Verizon service outage. Verizon customers report a widespread outage. Company says it is a restoring network. Trump criticizes a United States response to Hurricane Helene as supporters push for the federal agency cutbacks. United States to send thousands of more troops to Middle East amid rising tensions. Men accused of trying to assassinate Trump leaders are not guilty to federal charges. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu directs a message to Iranians: Iran will be free soon. Israel stands with you. Going towards science and tech, we have the Brazil's coast eroding faster than ever as Atlantic advances. A drone view shows a destroyed house of the Peach and Atafona, Rio de Janeiro State, Brazil, September 16, 2024. In 2023, saltwater almost reached st 150 km from the mouth of the Amazon, killing freshwater fish and affected local fishers. So in a few waters, a two-story house with a pool and a garden on the Brazilian coast was yet another casualty of the advancing waves of the Atlantic Ocean pushed higher by climate change. On a recent visit, the 80-year-old Restrade glanced around the mound of the travel left the home she abandoned before it was destroyed in 2022 by the pounding waves in the Atofana, north of the Rio de Janeiro. I have avoided coming back here because we have many memories. It is so sad, she said, showing the image on her cell phone of the house she built 45 years ago. From the technology point of view, SoftBank aimed to invest $500 million in the Open Artificial Intelligence report. SoftBank's Vision Fund will invest for $500 million in the Open Artificial Intelligence latest funding round, reports have said. Apple reportedly dropped out of the plans to participate in the large funding round, which currently values the artificial intelligence startup at $150 billion before the SoftBank's investment. Japanese telecom company SoftBank's Vision Fund will invest $500 million in Open Artificial Intelligence latest funding round. The information reported on Monday, citing a person familiar with the deal. SoftBank declined to comment while Open Artificial Intelligence did not immediately respond. The company at the heart of the artificial intelligence boom is raising $6.5 million in the form of convertible notes to Toyota's exclusively reported earlier this month. Scientists explain the Mount Everest's enormous outgrowth in new study. A panoramic view of the Mount Everest from Kalapathor with a group of climbers on the way to the peak. Mount Everest is the Earth's tallest mountain, towering of 8.85 kilometers above the sea level. And it's actually still growing. While it and the rest of the Himalayas are continuing on an inexorable uplift that dates back to their birth roughly 50 million years ago when the Indian subcontinent collided with Eurasia. Everest is growing more than expected from this alone. Scientists now think they know the reason why. and it has to do with the monumental murder of the two nearby river systems. Everest has gained roughly at 15 to 50 millimeter in the height due to this change in the original river system, with the Kosi River merging the Arun River approximately 89,000 years ago. Researchers estimated that translates to an uplift rate of roughly 0.01 to 0.028, 0.2 to 0.5 millimeters per year. The geological process at work, they said, is called isostatic rebound. It involves the rise of land masses on the Earth's crust with the heat of the surface dimensions. The crust, the Earth's outermost layer, essentially floats atop a mantle layer made of hot semi-liquid rock. At last, there's a famous quotation said by the famous president of India, Nelson Mandela, whose full name was Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela, born on 18 July 1918 after 5 December 2013, was a South African anti-apartheid activist and politician who served as the first president of the South Africa. From 1994 to 1999, he was the country's first black head of the state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid by fostering racial reconciliation. Ideologically an African nationalist and socialist, served as the president of the African National Congress ANC party from 1991 to 1997. Mandela served 27 years in the prison, split between the Robert Island, Pollsmoor prison and Victor Worcester prison. Amid growing domestic and international pressure and fears of racial civil war, President F.W. de Klerk released him in 1990. Mandela and de Klerk led efforts to negotiate an end to apartheid, which resulted in the 1994 multilateral general election in which Mandela led by ANC to victory and became the president, leading a broad coalition government with the promulgated a new constitution. Mandela emphasized reconciliation between the country's racial groups and created the Truth and Reconciliation Commission to investigate the past human rights abuses. Economically, his administration retained its predecessor liberal framework despite its own socialist benefits. Also introducing measures to encourage land farm to combat poverty and expand healthcare service internationally, Mandela acted as a mediator in the Pan-Am-Flight 103 bombing trial and served as the Secretary General of the Non-Alignment Movement. From 1998 to 1999, he declined his second presidential term and was succeeded by his deputy Thabo Mbeki. Mandela became the elder statesman and focused on combating poverty and HIV/AIDS through the charitable Nelson Mandela Foundation. Mandela was a controversial figure for which much of his life, although critics on the right denounced him as a communist terrorist, and those on the far left deemed him too eager to negotiate and reconcile with the apartheid supporters. He gained international acclaim for his activism, globally regarded as an icon of the democracy and social justice. He received more than 250 honors, including Nobel Peace Prize. He is held in the deep respect of South Africa, where he is often referred to by his Timbo clan name, Madiba, and described as the father of the nation. Mr. Nelson Mandela says a very famous quotation. He says that a good head and a good heart are always formidable combination. Okay, thank you.